Well, hello, friends. Hello, hello, hello. Are you ready? Here we go. Woohoo! This is Live at the Loom. Take one. We only need one. It's live. We're good to go. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so our gorgeous Lori is doing holiday things today, so she's not with us. And clearly I get way too bored before Live at the Loom starts. I'm back here. I wove a little bit, talked to you guys. I'm like, all right, let's go. I was ready. I was ready this morning. Friends, that's not always the case. Pardon me, that's not always the case. But this morning I was like, here we go. Excellent. How are you? Just in case we haven't met yet, my name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and this is Live at the Loom. Woohoo! Every Thursday, we gather to talk about weaving, life, weaving, whatever else comes up. So, how the heck are you? Let me say just a few hellos to you beautiful people. Lori Klein, she's like, earliest bird? Yes, darling. You were the earliest bird this morning at 8:49. That's awesome. Donna Cunningham is here. Hello. Jennifer Fowler. Ernie DeVries is watching from Flagstaff, home base. We love that. Priscilla is on. Hello, sweetheart. Connie is here. Connie just took some bread out of the oven, she said, so she's going to save me a piece. that might be a little stale by the time it got to me, but I like the idea. I love fresh bread, and I'm glad you're doing it, Connie. Brittany. Not first. This is like not it. It's like when you're a kid and you're playing the games. Not it. Not first. No. Ellen is on, friends. Love when Ellen shows up. Hello, Deborah. Deborah's here. Woohoo. Christy Lofton is in. Carol has joined us. Woohoo. Let's see who else is in and wants to chat with us. Let's see. I thought I saw. Yes, Ruth is here. Woohoo! She says, "Thank the Lord for the notification." Those are helpful. You know, technology has its downside, but there are some perks. There are some perks. Sue Ann Sullivan is here. She says, "Good morning from the wet and wild Western Washington State." Boy, there's some great alliteration right there. Sue Ann, gold star for you. Hello, coal mine. Remind me. See, they changed all the tech. Is it just coal? Remind me what it is, my friend. Excellent. I'm so glad you guys are here. I love it. Ruth says my kids get a free pass on my cleaning rampage because of Live at the Loom. They're forever in your debt. They're welcome anytime. Because if they feel about cleaning the way I feel about cleaning, I get it. I get it for sure. By the way, what was this? Brittany mentioned something about embroidery weaving. Honey, what is that? Embroidery weaving. I have never heard of such a thing. I've heard of those separately, but not together. What is embroidery weaving? You know, curious minds want to know. Sky is here. Aw, hello, Sky. Oh man, I'm so sorry, honey. We gotta figure out how to fix that. I'm not sure quite what the solution is. We've poked around a little bit, but we'll keep working on it. Okay, friends, tell me how you are. How has the week been? What has been happening in your corner of the world on your side of the screen? Are you just in all of the holiday chaos? Are you shopping and baking and visiting? Oh my, like it's what's happening there. Let me know. I have a little holiday luncheon to attend today, and I'll be honest, it's the first kind of holiday party thing that I'm going to. So I'm very excited. I'm in charge of the salad. That is my role in this little holiday gathering, and I'm excited. My friend who hosts it, always her house is always done like to the nines. So I know it'll be wonderful, and she'll probably greet us all at the door with like hot toddies or something like that. You know, it's one of those kind of, she's like the penultimate hostess. She really is. So it's always, yeah. Brittany says, I'm not bringing chocolate cake. Do you know what? She's very good at desserts. So when I heard she didn't have a salad planned, I offered. That was kind of how that went. But yes, I love bringing baked goods. Yes. Oh, Tamison's on. She says, one pair of shoelaces left to go, and then weaving in so many ends. Oh, ooh, I don't envy you there. I don't envy you there, darling, but yay for you for finishing all those shoelaces. You did a lot of pairs. Yeah. Ellen says, wrapping is finished. My workroom is stressing me out. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Carrie's popping in. Oh, wait. She says, sorry, can't hang today. Hot chocolate and cakes with the ladies this afternoon. See? She's got the right idea. We love that. Carrie, have a wonderful time. Give us a full report when we next see you. Hello, Ahmed. Ahmed popped in. Hello. Jennifer Fowler says, I am almost done making Christmas gifts. Only 3 left. Wow. Very nice. I got brave and cut some of my own woven fabric for towels for a gift. Jennifer Fowler. Yay, you. That's amazing. Okay, that does take bravery. Who has almost not done it? Because you're like, am I really going to cut this? Yes. Sister, we hear you. Cutting hand-woven fabric can be terrifying. Because you're like, I spent how long making this? I'm going to take a pair of sharp scissors to it. Yeah. Connie is almost finished with her first wine bottle bag. Nice. Hemming and then need to make the cords. The other 3 will get IOUs. I love that. Okay, Connie, tell me this. When you make the wine bottle bag, do you do like a little sleeve with a ribbon? How do you get it to attach at the top of the do you like my pantomime? How do you get to attach at the top of the wine bottle? What's the plan there? Let us know. Sue Ann says, plan to do some weaving and baking today, but I'm fighting a cold that wants to take. Okay. Sue Ann, you just take care of you. Yes. Hello, Stephen. Ernie says, finish my disaster project this week. Still have to wet finish, cut apart, and hem 5 towels in Chris's pebble pattern. Nice. Ernie, I can't wait to see these. By the way, I give you huge kudos for pressing on, for being like, it's a disaster, but they're lemons. I'm like lemonade. You did it. Yay. That's huge because we have all been there. We've all been there. Connie says she does a sleeve for the wine bottle bags. Okay. Yeah. Do you then put is it a little ribbon? Is it a little elastic? What do you do? Yeah. Let's see. Connie will, she'll post progress. That's good. Okay. Deborah says, I'm mailing out a lot of my weaving bucket supplies as gifts today. Need to warp the loom this weekend and start again. Okay, remind me, what is your weaving bucket supplies? That sounds fun. Do we all need weaving bucket supplies? That sounds amazing. I like it. Oh, Connie's going to do shoelaces for the cords. You guys are so creative. I love that. Fantastic. Okay, so here's what I've got all kinds of things to mention today. There's all kinds of things on the list. First of all, friends, this is our last Live at the Loom of the year. This is it. The next 2 Thursdays are big old holidays, so we are not going to do Live at the Loom. This is our last one of 2025, and what a 2025 it has been. It has been remarkable. So thank you. But mark your calendars. No Live at the Loom for the next 2 weeks. Nope, none of that. You can do something fun, run around, force your kids to clean up, Ruth, whatever makes sense. Yes, yeah. Ruth says, speaking of Ruth, my loom is in time out. I'm finishing the dresses and overalls for tiny sewn mice with my 7-year-old. She had a long list of friends needing gifts. Got it. So a lot of sewing at the moment. That makes sense. Oh, the weaving bucket is where you put finished towels and runners. Okay. Thank you. I did not put that together. I was like, weaving bucket. Maybe I need a weaving bucket. That sounds fun. Donna says, finished hemming my guild challenge. First aid chef, ready to go. Mother-in-law for her Christmas table. Congrats. That is awesome. Nicely done, my friend. Love that. Okay, so keep filling me in. How are things going there? I have a couple other things for you. First of all, we have our Weavers Guild meeting tonight. Our December meeting is tonight. Woo! Now, If you aren't yet part of the online Weavers Guild, you know you're invited. We would absolutely love to have you. Tonight is significant because we have a meeting every month, but we only have quarterly challenges once a quarter. Ha ha ha! That's the name. See how we do that? So tonight is the finale of this kind of fall quarterly challenge. And you may have heard the quarterly challenge was to weave an item that you've always wanted to but never have. And mine was curtains. So you've heard the long drawn out saga of me weaving curtains. Friends, the curtains are done. However, I'm going to be such a tease. You have to come to the meeting tonight to see the curtains. I can't share them yet. No. The guild gets to see the curtains. They're done though, and they are beautiful. Dinah did a fabulous job with the curtains. They're only going to fit one window though, so we'll see. I'm not sure what to do about the other 3. That's a problem for another day. But for now, my quarterly challenge is finished, and I will be sharing it happily with the guild members tonight. The guild is so funny because I'm the one who sets the challenges, and they're always like, "Now, Chris, you have to do the challenge too." It's like, okay, yes, I made the challenge. I'll do the challenge. Anyways, come on over. Join us for the guild meeting tonight. It's at 7 p.m. Central Time. Usually, we try to keep it about 90 minutes. But it is jam-packed. We are also tonight going to do this really, really cool program all about planning for 2026, like your weaving life, planning your weaving life for 2026. And we're going to do it together, which is going to be so fun. I cannot wait to hear all of the cool things that you guys are going to put on your list to do next year. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be, yeah. Absolutely. So, wait, I think Cindy popped in and I missed her. Hello, Cindy. Woohoo. So I wanted to share that with you. Yes. Let's see. Cindy says she is fixing her warp on Earl. Okay. I forgot it was a 12-dent reed and threaded as a 10. Oh, been there. Yep. No white left. So I can't just add to make it white or have to rethread. Okay. All right. We just imagine we're all standing around you, cheering you on, Cindy, as you rethread, because rethreading is not always fun. Not always fun. Okay. Thank you. I got a well done, Chris, from Brittany. Thank you so much. By the way, you guys should know that I finished the curtains, but it doesn't mean that I finished the warp. Okay, look, there's still I cut it off. I was like, nope, it's not. Yeah, there's still warp on there. I'm gonna do something different with that warp. I was running out of time. And energy and focus. You know how that goes. Who has been there with me when you're like, Danish medallions was so fun, and I don't need to do it again for a long time. A long time. You know, you've been there. Yeah. Carol asks, is this my version of the knitter's one sockitis? Yes. Only one window gets the curtain because you cannot stand to look at it again. Yes. That, like, nail on the head. Yes. On the nose. That's exactly. Yes, Carol. That's one sockitis. Hello, Gemma. Gemma's here. Woohoo! Suanne says, yippee! I plan to be at the guild meeting tonight to see the curtains, and the great thing about Zoom meetings, I can't spread my cold. Yes, that is a good thing. Just make yourself some sweet, like, ginger tea with honey and join us. We would love that. Hello, Liz. Liz is here. Ooh, I love this. Gemma took us with her to Starbucks. That's awesome. I like it when we're on the road with you guys. I mean, be safe always, but we're okay to hang out with you at Starbucks. That's awesome. Order a chai tea latte for me, would you? Yeah. Deborah says, curtains take a long time. I know from experience now that I can back you up. Back you up there. Yes, that is truer words. Yeah. Oh, nice. Stephen asks, how do you tune into the Weavers Guild meeting? My goal for 2026 is to use my floor loom again. Nice. I haven't touched it since 2021. The Weavers Guild meeting. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Here, let me put this right here for you. The Online Weavers Guild is a really incredible perk of the membership. So all you gotta do is sign up. You can basically sign up like right until it starts. The Zoom link will be right there for you to jump right in. We'd love for you to join us. So come on over and join us for the guild. That would be awesome. All right. Let's see what else is happening. Gemma says she's got blankets. They're also taking forever. I know, you guys. I know you see me. I know that is. People were shocked that Cindy didn't have any more white. She's like, unbelievable, right? I use one entire cone, anything left over for my 5-yard warp. Yeah. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes weird things like not having white happens. I know. I've been there with you, friends. Yeah. Okay. What else did I want to mention? Oh, our last kind of event for the year, we'll say, is we do have one more study hall. One more study hall for the year, which is next Tuesday at 6 p.m. And that is for any of the paid tiers of the membership. So if you've been enjoying study hall, the crowd voted that they wanted to do the very last one of the year. We are not going to we're not going to do the late time next year. We're going to keep study hall for next year for sure, but we're going to have them both in the afternoon, which will be lovely. Afternoon kind of US time. So that'll be lovely, right? So what else? Did you see the tartan, by the way? P.S. Did you see the tartan? If you did not, rewind, go back to last week's Live at the Loom. We brought on the fabulous Carol, and she showed us our tartan. And I mean our tartan, the Acting Creative Community Warped Weavers tartan. It is remarkable. And I took out the, I took out that little wedge of Live at the Loom. It made it its own video. And below that, friends, if you go below that, it has the kind of formula for the tartan and a link to Carol, who explains how to weave it, which is remarkable, which is awesome. I know. Bernie says Carol's awesome. That is a fact. Carol is awesome. Yes, I agree. See, Carol said the tartan sash is sitting in my P.O. box as we speak. Fantastic. I'm very excited. I'm just going to wear that sucker all the time. It's just going to be, even if it doesn't match, it's just going to be on just all the time. Because, come on, how many people can say they have, their own tartan? That's crazy. That's crazy. So, tell me this. Has anyone already started to look at your yarn stash and be like, do I have what I need to make the tartan? Who is already, who is already exploring ways they can make the tartan? Here's the deal with the tartan, though, friends. You have to use those colors. That is the thing. You can't be like, I don't really like plum. I want it to be orange. You can't swap this out. It has to be those colors. Doesn't have to be, I mean, let's be reasonable. But has to be those colors in that spacing. Those are the guidelines. Everything else, you can make it as a blanket. You can make it as a kilt. You can make it as a skirt. You can make it as a big old scarf that wraps around your head 5 times. You can make it as a sash. It can be curtains. It can be anything you want. However, it has to be those colors in that sequence. That is the thing. I think, and Carol, we'll talk about this later, but I think we'll do an official episode all about tartans and plaids and that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. I may be putting you into the game, Carol. Yes. People like the tartan was gorgeous. Yeah. Connie said I ordered what I needed. Only 2. Oh, great. I have all of them. Woohoo! Deborah says I will need to order some A2 from somewhere while I'm in Arizona. Okay. All right. I like it. Oh, Ruth. I dye most of my yarn, so I'll do my best to hit somewhere in the ballpark. That is fantastic. You make your own. That's incredible. Cindy said Carol's head won't fit on the screen for tonight Gil's meeting if we don't stop praising her. That's all right. We'll make the screen bigger. She's allowed to have a big head. She's amazing. See. Gemma talked about trying, what is Zerker? Oh, is that a yarn place for Colors of the New Year? Okay. I know that Carol put together, she has options for different yarn companies. She went through, Carol, you went through like, I don't know, did you go through 8, 10 yarn companies and found like a set of colors that will work for the tartan? Remarkable. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Jody. Jody will fix you up. That's for sure. Yes. Donna. Oh, Donna says she already had the gold. The rest is she's waiting for a Harrisville order to come in. Love that. I love that. Okay, friends. What? Oh, I know. Oh, see, I almost forgot. Okay, so I told you that I don't really decorate for the holidays. It's just me in the house. But all my neighbors do. And their houses look so lovely in the twinkly lights. And I was kind of feeling in the Christmas, the holiday mood. And I was like, you know what? I want to give everyone a sweet gift. Just a little something to help them enjoy next year and their weaving journey and all the good things. So, friends, I put up a sweet coupon just for you. Ooh, pardon me, for the planning a weaving project class. That's what it was. It is 20% off, which translates to $20 off of the planning class. Friends, it's this little link will take you like right to the page. I think the coupon's already in there, honestly. So all you got to do is fill in your information and voila, you get access to the whole class right away. There's, gosh, at least like 2 hours of great information, and there's PDFs and all kinds of things. Everything you need to sort out how do you plan your own projects. Like how do you take all those great ideas in your head and make them into your own unique handwoven fabric so we could be like Carol and make our own amazing tartans or whatever you find fun and creative, whatever it is. So, friends, this little coupon, it's up through the end of Christmas Day, through the end of the 25th. But yeah, that's available to you. So if you don't have this class yet, you are invited. Hop on over to this little link right here, tinyurl.com/gift for weavers, and take advantage. Little sweet little gift. You know, if I could come to your house and hand wrap something and you know I would do it. You know, that would be so fun. That I'd have to start like in August though to see all of you. That would be, yeah. But I want to do a little something. So take advantage. Take advantage. Yes. Tamison's like, I won't even have time to think about projects until late January. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We understand, Tamison. Yes. Yeah. Harrison is probably wondering why the sudden rush on Shetland palette of colors. That's fantastic. They should probably give you some kind of a spiff here, Carol. They should be like, and our affiliate of the year is Carol Bone, who sent us. Somehow we need a lot of plum is going out the door. Yes, Lori is doing holiday things. Yes, I know. Gemma's like, oh, she must be celebrating. She is. She is. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, see? Look at this. She's like, I think the planning class is wonderful. I learned from a master, but have been solo all the rest of my weaving life until I met you guys. Oh, Connie. We're so glad. Connie, we can't imagine not having you in part of our fun, amazing, weird little tribe. We need you. We need Connie. That's for sure. Okay, so friends, here is what I thought we would do today. Like I said, there's no Danish medallions. The Danish medallions are no longer on the loom. However, there is still some warp left on here. So I can give you a quick little tutorial of what I'm playing with here. First of all, after last week when I did my big like unrolling the whole bolts, I was like, okay, I really love that. I really love kind of playing with multiple yarns in the weft. I think it's so fun because it makes the fabric, it just gives a certain vibe that I really like. Yeah, that's part of my jam. So I thought, well, why don't I pick something kind of small, because this is all spread out a lot. They're spread out at 8 ends per inch, and I have a gap after every 8, which I set up specifically for the Danish medallions. So I want to do something that wasn't too like big and bulky, because I wanted it still to have like, I wanted you still to be able to see some of the warp here. So I combined, let me show you what I got here. I combined 3 yarns that mimic the 3 colors I have in the warp. I've got kind of a creamy white, I have a light gray, and then I have kind of a pale blue. So everything's kind of soft and neutral, if you will, which was a good idea for curtains. That was the plan. Even though only one window is going to have curtains. That's the whole thing. Only one window gets curtains. That's it. Anyways, so here, let me see how you can see that. There we go. You kind of see it there. So I found a light blue. It's kind of a creamy white. And then, ooh, check this out. I don't know if you can see it. You can see against, I don't know how YouTubers do this. How do you can see the, like against my hand? Oh, that's better. There we go. It's all slubby. How fun is that one? It's tiny, but it's got all the little, yeah, so slubby. I love that. Anyway, so it gives it a little bit of texture. The colors all kind of merge together. Like your eyeballs see that and they like mash all the colors together. So when you look at it, I'll bring in close. When you look at it, you're not going to be like, oh, she's got a cream, a light blue, and a slubby gray. No, no, no. Your eyeball is just like, ooh, pretty neutrals. So here we go. Let me see here. See that? So it's just meant to be kind of a, you know, I wish you could feel it. Oh, I love the tactile part of it. That's amazing. Like you get all the little, just those little loops that are popping out everywhere. So fun. What I think is interesting too is that, you know, the warp here has actual gaps in it, but it kind of fills in. Like you wouldn't look and be like, oh, there's distinct gaps in the warp here. But anyways, so that is the fun chaos that I'm doing on the loom for the next probably yard, maybe 2. Clearly I put on way too much warp, way too much. Friends, do not let me put on too much warp. You know I'm not good with that. Okay, so for today, here's what I thought we would do. Last week I did this big like unrolling of this whole bolt of fabric, and I had more than one of you say, you know, we got to see the bags. So I thought I would share what I historically would do with that big old bolt of fabric, and we can talk about kind of the construction of some of these things. So are you ready? Ready to see some bags? Okay, here we go. So my my bench is keeping everything locked into the ground. Okay, hold that thought. We're having technical difficulties. Oh, please. I'll be back. Okay, here we go. I can do hard things. Okay, here we go. So, oh my God, I'm still dropping things. Wait. I did not plan this well, friends. I need to have like a table here with any kind of props. Props always get me in trouble. Okay, so let me regroup. Oh, please talk amongst yourselves. Okay, all right, so here we go. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to take you back in time, way back when, 2010, 2009, somewhere in there. Friends, this is from the very first batch of messenger bags I ever did. This is from the first batch right here. I took a whole bunch of, these are all just A4 cotton, whole bunch of stripes, because, you know, color, love that. It's, the size is like, I don't know, 11 by 15, I bet it's the size. And I love a crossbody bag because I don't know what it is, but bags always throw a slide off my shoulder. So I love that kind of crossbody design so that I'm hands-free. Love it. So this was part of the first one. So we did a couple pockets inside. Now, friends, think back. This is long before cell phones were like critical. If you had one, they were small. It wasn't really a thing. So we just used kind of whatever fabric we had around. We didn't really, wasn't a specific formula. But you can see, I don't know if you can, here we go. When I did the fabric, oh, you can see it down there. There we go. You see the fabric, I would just change the weft on occasion. And this is when I was just using one weft in the fabric. So this is a kind of a slubby white, and this is a solid kind of a greenish color. And then whatever kind of big old button I could find. Now the first, let me think about this. I think the first round I did a snap, like a big old snap. And then for a while I didn't do anything, thinking that the flap would be heavy enough, but I still had people who were like, no, I have to be able to kind of close the bag. So we tweaked the design shortly after that. But I was like a big old, 1 inch, 1.5 inch button just for a little decoration to break up the big flap. So this is from like the OG round of messenger bags right here. So over time, then, as you can imagine, we went through a lot of iterations and came with different variations. The size never really changed. The size always stayed the same. The strap got a lot longer because my friend Lisa, who is 6 foot, said, hello, you need to add about 9 inches to the strap. I am 5'3", so it's fine for me. She's like, no, honey, this is like under my armpit. I need like much more length. So we added like 9 more inches to the strap. So it was long enough for any amazing giant, any tall drink of water that wanted to wear it. So this is from one of the last batches that we did here. So you kind of see how my style with the fabric really kind of morphed into something really specific with the kind of combination of warp and weft going this way. And this is actually pretty unique. We just did like a lining fabric here. I love to pair the bags with like a men's suiting material. Like I love that kind of, there's still a design on the inside, but for whatever reason, we just did kind of a traditional lining here. We still had the 2 pockets. We changed the pockets over time. These are both bigger so that a lot of cell phones will fit in there. I wonder if mine fits. Yeah. Some of the big ones now may not, but still carries plenty. It also has a hidden magnet. That was one of the things that we kind of played with, is that it has, have you seen these where you can sew in the one side and then have it sewn in here so you don't see magnet parts, but when you put the flap down, it catches. We learned we had to have a high voltage one. Is that the right word? A high voltage magnet, because this fabric is just dense enough that we couldn't do any kind of wimpy magnet. We had to have like Mac Daddy magnets. So this is kind of the last iteration of the handbags when we were doing them consistently. And I bet, I mean, I've made a few over the years, but the last time we really did them with any kind of intention was probably 2019, probably 2018. Somewhere in there. Anyways, but that wasn't the only size that we did. When we first started, I had that size, and then I called them little mini bags, which were like a really tiny one like this. Now, here's what we've done, and you'll appreciate this because you've lived through the days. So when we started, it was like this, right? Sweet, cute, but friends, the cell phones outgrew it in no time. So then all of a sudden, every cell phone, you couldn't put the cell phone in and close the flap. So we went back through a couple of years ago and we just kind of tweaked it so that these have little snaps to them. We didn't do the magnets here, the little snaps. And then did like that. Smaller strap here. And you could find, I think I use Seattle Fabric is the folks that I always use for my straps, whether it be the heavy duty cotton woven ones, or this is a like a nylon kind of thing. Anyways, these then have just one little pocket in there. And these then can be, if you want to carry, like phone could go here, ID, like that kind of idea. But I also had a friend who went through a phase when she was making her own ceramic buttons. Look at this button. Isn't that pretty? So basically I was like, I will buy whatever you make. So I had a whole bunch of like handmade ceramic, funky little ceramic buttons that went on the bags, which is kind of fun. So this was like big seller really early on, but then the cell phones outgrew it and people were like, it doesn't really work for me. Do you know what I mean? So ultimately then it's like Goldilocks. We had the big one, we had the little one, and now we need one in the middle. So what we did was we came up with this size, which is it's like a 9-inch square, basically. It's kind of the size of it. So that's not a handmade button, but that's kind of a funky, it's got little angles to it. Anyway, so we came with this kind of size, and I think we just called it like a travel bag, like something in between. Same, has the magnet, the hidden magnets, same kind of idea. One big pocket on the inside. But the size seemed to kind of resonate better because then it could fit like all the cell phones, and you can still fit a book in there. That's always one of my indicators. I'm like, can I put a paperback in there? I know. So old fashioned. I know I could probably read a book on my phone. I realize that, but I like a book. So this was the version that we came up with, kind of that middle size, there. Yeah. And then I just wanted to share a couple. Oh, by the way, this is the little wallet. This wasn't one of the really early ones, but this is like that suiting material that I love. I love this stuff. I don't know what it is. There's something about, I don't know if it's because suiting material is in, it'll be in a plaid or a houndstooth, or some of those designs I think are fabulous, but we would do just a little, put your name in there. What we learned too quickly is, as far as what we learned, listen to me, like I'm sewing any of this. I'm not sewing any of this, friends. What the seamstress and what she learned and told me is that because I tend to make fabric that's pretty dense. And so it was always one of those where whatever you cut for the lining had to be like smaller. You couldn't cut my fabric and the lining exactly the same, because then the lining would pucker. Does that make sense with construction? Because the way this had to turn, you lost more of the hand woven than you did. Is that too technical? You know what I mean, right? If anyone sews, you know what I mean. So this was the wallets are kind of hands down, they're the money makers. But we also over time did some other kind of funds. This is a little clutch, Okay, here's what I always thought was fun about this one is that, friends, this is a bra strap we used for the little around your wrist, little wristlet part. So fun. But you know what? It's comfortable, it's stretchy, it works, so you get it on the go. So fun. So this one was meant to be just kind of a just a little clutch. We did it so that you could take the little wristlet off if you were like traveling with it and you didn't want this in the way. You could take that off. And one of the things that was always interesting about this little clutch is that the we couldn't, and again, not we, my seamstress at the time when we were constructing, we were designing it, we couldn't quite figure out how to have a completely finished edge. So we end up using a Wonder Under to put the lining and the hand woven together to create it. So there is a little raw edge right at the top, but I didn't care so much about that. As long as it was constructed well and it wasn't going to fall apart, I was like, okay, the rest is, I'm sure there's a way to do that. We just never quite figured out how to do hand woven interfacing lining, like the whole thing. So, and again, everywhere I say we, insert my fabulous seamstress. That's yeah. And I've gone through many at this time. Anyways, this is the only one that had a zipper, like that kind of idea. Yeah. And this one is made with these are all recycled neckties that, so all repurposed. So this became kind of a fun, if you want to do a gift, what do you do with all of grandpa's neckties? And you make bags for the family as sweet gifts. It was little, I remember grandpa carrying a little bit of grandpa with me. So these we used, we did a lot of these in that kind of context, is that you can just work in recycled materials into your fabric and then use the fabric for whatever you want. Yeah, fun. And so the last one I wanted to share with you is this guy. It wasn't a grant, but I was one of the featured artists in this program. I don't remember what year it was, but it was one of those where, like a CSA, like for farmers, that idea where you all pitch in a certain amount and then you get, boxes through the season or whatever. Well, we had this pair of ladies in the area who developed an art CSA basically, and people paid, I don't know, it was like $175. And then they had 5 featured artists, and those artists then made items for everybody. So you got this box of goodies then of all this original art for you. So, and I had been wanting to make an eyeglass case. So I used it in my application. I was like, I really want to do an eyeglass case. So we did eyeglass cases, and it has the little, what are they called? The little snap with the tension. Someone give me a word for that. But it has those in there. And then we did like a padding. It's like I don't know what kind of padding, but we put some kind of padding in between then the handwoven fabric and the lining so that your glasses would be protected. Now we did, this size is pretty small. These would be like for cheaters, but later down the road, we also did like a wider one if you're doing like sunglasses that were like, like Jackie O sunglasses kind of thing, whatever. But it became kind of a really interesting experiment. I just remember my seamstress at the time was like, Chris, if I have to do one more of these things, because we had to do like 50 for this CSA thing. Do we do more than 50? No, it was like 50, which is a lot. And it was one of those where the construction was fine until the end, and then you had to do like small work to tension closure. Thank you, Jennifer Fowler. Snappy things. Sue Ann, that's exactly right. The snappy things. Yes. Yeah. Anyways, so that was one of the other kind of fun items that we made. Not to mention that, I I did home goods as well. So I did pillows and runners, which I'll be honest, they never really sold well for me. And I think it was just kind of the context. People didn't necessarily go to an art fair thinking I'm going to buy handwoven pillows. I sold a few. But the towels, I'll tell you my towel story really quickly. So when I first started weaving, I was like, I don't want to make towels. Why do I make towels? Like, I just was like anti-towel when I first started. I'm like, you can get a towel anywhere. Why would I spend all that time making a towel? And I was at a show in Nashville. My sister lived there at the time. And this girl, listen to me. I'm sure she was in her 20s, but she was young. This young woman came up and she was looking around my stuff and she's like, I love your stuff and I absolutely want something, but I really, is there a towel? Like, do you have a towel that I can buy? And I was like, oh, it's a lot of work, to price it correctly, whatever. And she's like, is there any way? And I was like, I tell you what, I will do a towel project and I will let you pick the one you want. And then I will sell the rest. And if it goes well, then I will consider putting towels in the regular kind of lineup for shows going forward. And I made a towel for her. It's a pretty small towel. And I charged what I thought was a heftier price. And she was like, done. I love it. So I then put them on the table to sell them at the future show. And they sold great. And I was like, well, crap. Now I have to weave towels. And I've since then come to love them. But at the time, my mantra was like, stupid towels. You know how that goes. Sometimes the universe is like, I know you think that now, but sit tight. So anyways, so that was the lineup. Those were the things that I made for many, many years. And I don't regret any of that. I learned so many things and had a very good time making all the stuff. It was, yes, it's part of your history, right? So, yeah, Christy Lofton and Connie are like, towels are my jam. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, towels. Now I'm like, I've been converted. Yes. I'm all for towels. Back in the day, I was like, no, I don't want to make towels. You can get towels anywhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. All right, friends. Thank you for bearing with me. That was quite the trip down memory lane. Let me catch some of the comments from you. Connie says, I make glasses cases that are longer so the top folds over and I use a snap, a button, or a magnet. Oh, that's a smart idea, Connie. Yeah, so that you can, you've got here, let me get it. So you've got like this part here, and then you just make it longer so it just kind of covers. That would give you a little more freedom too for if you had taller glasses or shorter glasses. That's smart. I like that. I like that. What else? Hi, Caroline. Said how to put Velcro on bag, hand sewing. Velcro. You know what? I'm always terrified of Velcro because the hand woven stuff would just, does it catch everything? So I tend to avoid that with a 10-foot pole. I don't do much with Velcro and hand woven. I just don't know that they're best friends. I think you could quickly end up with really, really fuzzy fabric. And I was like, I want to choose when I have fuzzy fabric. I don't want that Velcro to be making fuzzy fabric when it's not supposed to be. That's, yeah. Oh, you like the bra strap idea? Yes. Purse clutch strap and a spare rock could double to help bring down rampaging giants. What? Yeah. hmm Yeah. Oh, yes. See, Carol's like, yeah, linings are typically smaller than the outside fabric. Yes. See, I did not know that. Yeah. See, I didn't know that. Oh, oh, thank you, Christy Lofton. How are the handles attached? Let me show you. Yes. So, and here is part of the reason I have multiple seamstresses is that, like on these bags, is that what you mean? These, I take them to a seamstress that has an industrial machine because if you can imagine, it's then 2 layers of my hand woven. It's a interfacing, it's a lining plus the Mac Daddy strap. See how heavy that is? So she goes in and does a little, let me see if I can show you. She does a little kind of, she locks it down little. Yeah. Is that the one you were curious about, Christy? I don't think the other ones are too crazy. Just kind of worked into the fabric. Yeah. Okay. All right, friends. I hope that was fun, and you maybe picked up a couple little ideas for future things that you could make because I'm all for making some bags. They're fun. And I always kind of feel like then you get to wear your art just like you would a scarf, like that same kind of idea. I love that. Ernie says, I pretty much just do towels. Yes. Can't sew anything is in a straight line. So towels and napkins are it. You are not alone. Not alone, Ernie. Yes. Okay. Ooh, Brittany, good question. I have woven. Yes. I made a bag for my friend Laura and I made the strap. And then at the time, I didn't have a seamstress of my own. So then I had to figure out how to attach the strap by sewing it on. I was like, oh, that's one and done. That's, yes, I have woven straps. They're fun. It is a very different vibe. It's a very different kind of, you think differently when you're making straps, like on Loom, like that kind of idea. Yes. Yeah. Ruth says, I started with baby blankets and I've finally come around to hand towels, especially with the bee towels I did this year. I'll make a few rounds of those next year. Fabulous. We love it. Yeah, Connie says she usually does her straps with the Loom. That's fabulous. I love it. Okay, friends, let's finish strong, shall we? Last live of the Loom of the year. Friends, I'm not here for the next 2 weeks. I will go into major withdrawal. I don't know about you. Major withdrawal. 2 weeks. But it'll be a brand new, fresh, shiny, bright 2026 when we get together next. So mark your calendars. 2 weeks off. Just as a little reminder, it's still hopping over there at the Active Creative Insiders. We have our Weaver Skill meeting tonight at 7, and we have study hall on Tuesday. So if you are like, I want to join my friends, I want to get stuff done, I want to break from the craziness, friends, come over and join us at the Active Creative Insiders. We will save you a seat for sure. We know we will. Also, if you're a Facebook person, we have a sweet little group, the Action Creative Community. I think we're well over 600 people over there, which is wild, remarkable. You guys are doing amazing things. And it's just a fun place to kind of check in with each other, which is awesome. What else, friends? Oh, Handwoven Experience episode this week. Did you check it out? I put together a color compilation for beginners, basically. I assembled, was it 4 episodes? 4 short episodes about how to work with color as a beginning weaver. Because you and I know color as a weaver is not the same as using color for pretty much any other craft. It is just a different beast. So hopefully that will be a very helpful guide for you and give you some things to look for and watch out for. And lastly, well, nope, not quite lastly. Let me put this one up just one more time. Friends, here is my my holiday present to you. Get a sweet little discount on the Planning a Weaving Project class right now through the end of Christmas Day. It's available right now. 20% off. That's $20. $20, friends, for a resource that you will use over and over again. So it is a sweet deal. As I was trying to think what I wanted to provide as the gift, I was like, that's the class. That's the like one of the key classes is the planning class. So be sure to take advantage of that. And then lastly, if you aren't yet getting our love notes every week, you're invited. Come on over and sign up for the weekly emails. I always include a link so you can see all the free stuff that's happening, as well as all of the really valuable classes and experiences that we offer. Ta-da! That's all she wrote. We are golden. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, see, Lori wasn't here. No one told me to say like and subscribe. There we go. Gemma says, Christmas, where we weave love, laughter, and a few bad jokes. Aw, it's a perfect way to end it, Gemma. Gemma coming in to help us finish out strong. Friends, have a wonderful holiday season. Wherever you're going, whoever you're spending it with, may it be, filled with love and joy, a few laughs, plenty of peace. I will see you in 2 weeks. All right. Do a little something creative in that time, would you? Find a little quiet moment to, throw a shuttle, do something creative just for you. You can do it. All right, friends. Have a wonderful holiday season and happy weaving.